Say was, I got it, big bro. Feel like James Harden 2012. Way too underrated, but fuck it, oh well. Ball hard for my team, nigga, how can we fail? When there's an I in my team, got us doing so swell. No snails on the team, cause I high point crack back shells whenever that bitch snap well. So God land fly that I drop from heaven like Jesus with pretty wings like Maxwell. Flags fell in the football league when they seen that I had what it takes to succeed. Cause they know this ain't the real Paul Y.E. In the zone like Richard Sherman, about to go deep. In the zone like Richard Sherman, about to go deep. I'ma kill it, I'ma make you feel it. Something like a quarterback who just got sacked by Tevin Elliott. Listen off the line of scrimmage, no disrespect to my nigga, cause we good and I fucks with him. But I kill these lines for dinner. I kill these lines for dinner. So my face on TMZ, he is on Sports Center. Chances make champions. Chances make champions. I would take that chance again. Cause I am a champion. Cause I am a champion. Feel like LeBron 2009. Way too fucking good, be losing all the time. Might take my challenge to South Beach just for the time. And then go back to the city and make that bitch mine. Believe Lane, Odell Beckham a bag. I'ma catch one like T.Y. Hilton and Chad. I'ma catch one like O.J. Simpson, that's bad. A murder case, I beat the one that I had. ESPN, man, this shit is a highlight. The darkness around me, I turned it to twilight. My story, I told it in full. On cameras and flashes and bundles and money to my life. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. John Stockton, my assistant. Will Chamberlain scoring. I'ma go ape shit in the morning. If I wake up yawning, drink a Red Bull right before performance. Doing this for a minute now. I'm conditioned well, I got good endurance. Chances make champions. Chances make champions. I would take that chance again. Cause I am a champion. Cause I am a champion.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to Real in the Field, a Carolina Panthers podcast. Y'all come on in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Appreciate you if you've already subscribed, man. Appreciate everybody that's been popping in and showing love, supporting the content. And with me from the start. Appreciate that. But y'all come on in, hit the like, subscribe, man. Panther content, real Panther content. Ring the notification bell so y'all get all the content when it drop. Very important. Make sure you get all the content when it drop. And please make sure you show love in the comment section, man. I love to chop it up in the comment section with you, man. So y'all jump in the comment section. Like I say, don't walk up in my house and don't speak. I'll let me in the comment section, man. But man, it's a Friday night. We on some chill shit. But we gonna always be on some real shit either way. But we on some chill shit tonight, man. I got some shit on my mind. It's draft time. I'm trying to lock in and focus on that. Lately, I've been debating niggas about Bryce Young. And, I'm exhausted with that, man. Because one thing is for certain. Y'all niggas right. Bryce Young is our quarterback. He ain't going nowhere. Next season, he is our quarterback when we step on that field. So there's really no need in debating about this, that, and the third, what was. All that matters is next season. So we gotta put the past in the past. You know what I'm saying? And point blank period, like I've been saying, Bryce Young has been improving. I do have more confidence in him now than I ever had before. I like the way he finished the season, even though I didn't like how we finished the season, but I like how Bryce Young finished the season overall down the stretch. So with that being said, I'm looking towards the future, and yeah, y'all hear what I say. If y'all heard me on these panels and stuff, y'all know how I feel about Bryce and a lot of the things I've been saying about Bryce. And I hear what y'all saying when y'all feel like I'm a hater. Like I continue to tell y'all I don't really give a damn about that. I understand how y'all can think that because I'm constantly criticizing. That is true. I'm always criticizing the guy. But I have said that I do see an upside. And I've had conversations, but I don't know if y'all hear me or if y'all listening clear, but y'all gonna hear me tonight. But when you talk about Bryce Young, and I hear you niggas talk about, he needs more weapons, he needs this, that, and the third. I've been trying to tell y'all as hard as I can. Bryce doesn't need more. He does need weapons, but he doesn't. You can't just stockpile receivers. You can't just stockpile receivers and think that that's the only way. You gotta and shout out to Freddie Jones. I'm gonna use his term. You gotta get into the mind of Bryce. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get into the mind of Bryce. And if you think about Bryce Young and his game and the way he naturally plays the game, and you watched him at Alabama when he was at his best, you know what got him here, what earned him that number one pick, that Heisman Trophy. When you watched him at Alabama, the key to his success was it wasn't no receiver, it wasn't no tight end. I mean, if you're a Bryce Young fan, I hear you guys, I hear y'all complaints, I hear your excuses, I hear your reasons. Some of it valid, a lot of it invalid. But if you're a true Bryce fan, I mean, I feel like you should know his game. You should know his strengths. You should know his weaknesses. You should know what he needs for him to thrive. And you got to be specific. You can't just try to stockpile receivers. You got to make it make sense. You got to, like Freddie Jones said, get into the mind of Bryce. And when Bryce Young was at Alabama, this guy right here, this was Bryce Young's security blanket. This was his primary receiver, a running back, a pass catching running back out the backfield. Now, I don't believe there's a Jameer Gibbs in this draft. That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe there's a Jameer Gibbs in this draft. But like I said, if you look at Bryce Young's game, even now today in the NFL, what's the what's the narrative? He's a check down Charlie. He loves the check down. That's his security blanket. It's not a tight end. Yeah, he'll force feed Chet. Even when we had him, whoever his best receiver is. But that's not his security blanket. That's more of his crutch, which that's another conversation. That's more of his crutch. But his security blanket is that running back. So in this draft, there is a young man that we can go grab, probably in the fourth round. Probably in the fourth round, third, fourth, fifth round, one of those mid rounds. And we can plug him into this offense. And it will take Bryce Young's game and this offense to a whole nother level. I'm going to say that again. There is a player in this draft that we can go grab in the third, fourth. I would say no later than the fourth round. I don't see him dropping to the fifth. We can grab this guy in the third or fourth round, plug him into this offense, and it would take Bryce Young's game to another level. And I'm not talking about running the ball. I'm not talking about Bryce Young handing the ball off. I'm talking about the passing game, because that's where Bryce Young and this Carolina Panther offense collectively as a unit has struggled. And for me, the biggest thing has been, and you guys call it hate, y'all call it hate, but for me, the biggest thing has been Bryce Young and him. It's not that he checks it down so much, but he averages such a low yardage per attempt. And I've been stressing that to people, like that's not good. It's not hate. It's nothing against Bryce. It's not me picking on him. It's not me nitpicking. It's really not, man. Like, it's just it's football. Like, and I try to explain this as hard as I can, but when you have a quarterback who has low yards per attempt, teams generally don't win. Like, that's just a fact historically. Teams don't win when the quarterback has a low yards per attempt. It has a direct correlation to losing. Teams that win the YPA battle win the game most of the time. That's a football fact. It's not hate. So that's why I stress that point a lot with Bryce Young. Push the ball down the field. And a lot of you say, Bryce is being safe, being smart with the football, but other quarterbacks push it down the field further than him, and they're still being safe and smart with the football. Nobody's asking him to, throw in a double coverage and make stupid plays. But it's vital that your quarterback pushes the ball down the field. If not, another football fact, if not, teams are going to load the box. like we saw majority of the season. On top of that, the defenses sit on those short routes, making it harder for our receivers to get the separation, making those windows tighter, making it harder for Bryce to even make the throws in the short game. Another football fact: when your quarterback has a low YPA, you then have a dink and dunk offense, which is a stagnant offense. And it's hard to move the chains like that. And it's hard to get what we kept hearing Dave Canales talk about half the season up until Bryce started to open it up. But Dave Canales kept talking about explosives. It's hard to get explosive plays when you got a low YPA, unless you got some guys, unless you got some guys who can catch it short and really make some plays. But that's a tough ask to do game in, game out, drive in and drive out. You know, this is the NFL. It's not a video game. Like it ain't Madden. So that brings me back to this young man in the draft. Like when we talk about Bryce Young and we talk about investing in him in the future. Like when we talk about investing in him, like a pick like this, a guy like this is a huge investment in Bryce Young. Like I believe this is what he needs to unlock him. And again, I'm talking about a pass catcher out the backfield. That's what Bryce likes. Bryce likes a running back. I'm not talking about a guy. I'm not just talking about a guy who can just make a catch like we see Chuba Rico do. No, a guy who can really make a catch, make plays after the catch. Not only that, they can really run routes like a receiver out the backfield. Bryce likes that type of shit. That's what he loved about him. That's the type of player that yeah, when you talk about elevating players, that's the type of player that Bryce Young can elevate. Because this young man that I'm speaking about, you know, he showed his skill set as a receiver at the college level, but I believe it's some untapped potential there that we haven't seen. And Bryce Young is the type of quarterback that's going to get the best out of that skill set just off his natural style of play. And then when you have a player like this, it completely changes the way the defense has to play you. They can't load the box because if you let a guy like this get the ball on the outside off a check down or a screen, and he's one on one with linebackers or safeties, it's an issue. So now, instead of teams, you know, being okay with Bryce Young checking it down, like, yeah, that's what we want. Check it down. We'll come up, clean up the tackles. You won't get much out of it. But it'll come to the point where teams will have to game plan for a check down. It's like, if you got a player like this, you don't want Bryce Young to check it down. The type of player that creates his own gravity. So teams won't be able to load the box just off that. So that alone opens up the field for so much. It opens up the passing game for Bryce to do so much. Like it takes the handcuffs off him like all season long. And I kept stressing this. I keep stressing this to you niggas, man. All season long, we running the ball on first and second down. That was for a reason. You know, we had an issue in the passing game. Dave Canales didn't want to expose that. He was trying to protect our quarterback. He was trying to protect our team from that. He was doing what was best for the team. So that's why we ran the ball on first and down, on first and second down. Regardless, doesn't matter. They stacked the box on us. They know we're running it. We're running it every time. Predictable. Like I kept saying, that made it hard on the running game. So when you have a running back with this skill set, it completely changes the way the defense can play you, and that changes the way that changes our offense. Because now that Bryce Young can get ahead of the chains more, he can control the game like we saw him finishing the season. You know, in the playoffs, which I spoke on too. I was impressed with Dave Canales allowed him to throw the ball on first down, and for the first time, I really felt like Bryce was in control of the game, like he was really quarterbacking the game, like he was really playing between the ears, beating. He was beating the Rams between the ears on a lot of those drives because he was able to open it up on first down and have success in the passing game on first down. And we didn't see that all season because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the confidence was there. And Canales just said it recently in a combine interview that as the season went on, Bryce he got more of a command at the line of scrimmage. He started seeing things and making adjustments and making reads and basically just getting more of a command of what Canales wanted from him. So to me, that says that as Bryce got more confident, Bryce got better and more command of it, Dave Canales opened up the playbook for him more and more. And this is without when we saw this growth without having this type of player, this pass catching running back out the backfield that I really think is gonna open up Bryce's game. So I feel like if we plug this dude in, you know what I'm saying, it got potential to be, Bryce Young can go out there and have a Pro Bowl season. You know what I'm saying? And really put his stamp on the NFC South and solidify himself as the best quarterback in the South. And y'all say I'm a Bryce hater, but this is on my wish list right here. This player right here that I'm talking about. Like a lot of y'all talk about these other players, the Jacob Rodriguez, who I love him as a player, but I want something for Bryce. Like I don't want to draft somebody a receiver in the first for Bryce. I don't want to draft no high draft capital. On the offensive weapon, man. We can find this guy right here in the fourth round. I'm trying to tell you, man. I know we got Jonathan Brooks coming back, but we know he coming off two ACLs, and and he has the skill sets to do everything I'm talking about as a pass catcher because he has that skill set too. But if Bryce is our quarterback and any running back on this team, man, if you don't have that skill set, you ain't a fit. You're not a fit for this quarterback. And then we talk about the running game, right? Because a lot of y'all complain about, and this is kind of random, but I just thought about this, but it relates. But when y'all talk about the running game and Bryce Young needing the running game to support him and this, that, and the third, man, if you get this dude a legit pass catcher out the backfield, you won't put so much pressure on the running game because he could check it down so much and it could be so effective that it supplements the running game. Like that supplements the running game the same way we saw with for years with Tom Brady and the Patriots. They didn't have much of a rushing attack, but he had guys out the backfield. He had a Kevin Faulk that he could dump it to out the backfield. Just a smart receiver, just knew where to be. Had a connection, but it was effective, man. They sustained drives. He was big on third down for him, and that's another thing right there. Third down, Bryce Young, this offense, we was terrible on third down, man. We was terrible on third down. Damn cord dragged on my leg. I thought something was problem. But yeah, we was terrible on third down this season, man. And teams don't win like that. You talk about, good quarterbacking and good quarterback play, and y'all bring up all these fancy stats for Bryce, and this might be hating, but y'all bring up all these fancy stats for Bryce. But a big thing you look at when it comes to quarterbacking is his third down conversion rate. And Bryce Young, it isn't good. You plug in a player like this, it changes that, man. It changes that. And like I said, we probably, we would be able to get ahead of the sticks on first down more often. We probably won't even be in a lot of third down situations as much. You know what I'm saying? So it really changes things, man. I want our offense to be I want it to be to the level we want all these little fourth downs that we was going for this past season. Nah, man, that's because our offense was struggling, and what I'm saying, our back was against the wall, and that was some desperate shit. Even though we converted on, but that we don't want to make a living off that, man. That ain't long term sustainable winning football. I want to see less of that, man. I want to see more of us just making plays on first, second down, killing teams, playing with fast pace because that's what Bryce Young eat. He get to playing with the up tempo pace, man. But you got to get in control of the game to do that. We can't be leaning on the run game, running on first and second down, and sometimes third down too. Like, no, we can't do that. We got to be unpredictable. Keep the defense off balance. Keep them honest. Keep them guessing. Bryce Young is a smart quarterback who can beat you between the ears. And it's chess. That's one thing I understand. This is chess. It ain't checkers. You know what I'm saying? And when you put the right recipe around Bryce Young, and I speak about all his holes in his game and all, but if you could put the right pieces around this dude, we can win ball games, man. We can win ball games. Like, let's not overthink this. We saw what he did, what it was with him and Jameer Gibbs. And I keep saying this: if we had Christian McCaffrey here out of the backfield with Bryce Young, like, bruh, that's the type of back that would open it up for Bryce Young. But this kid out the draft, man, I'm not saying he's Jameer Gibbs. I'm not saying he's Christian McCaffrey, but he got a hell of a skill set. He's a hell of a runner, number one. He's a hell of a runner. But my main thing is what he can do out the backfield as a pass catcher for Bryce and how it's just going to open up the passing game and the entire offense, man. And Jonathan Brooks, like, I know we got him. Like I said, he's coming off that injury, or those two ACL injuries. He's not going to be a workhorse back for us, especially not this season. I don't think at any point. I think we need a balanced backfield, a tandem back there. Like, I hate I don't like. I'm not one of them guys who feel like we got to play the same style of Carolina football that we used to play in the past. But it makes sense for this team, for our quarterback, for this offense, and for Jonathan Brooks' injury situation. It makes sense to have a nice running back tandem, young tandem in that backfield, man, to grow with the rest of our young weapons in this young team, man. So, with that being said, the player that I'm talking about is Demond Claiborne out of Wake Forest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is who I want for Bryce Young in that backfield, man. Jonathan Brooks or not. Get Rico Dowdle up out of here. We'll see you. Appreciate you. ETN, he can stay right where he at. He can stay right where he at. Keep fielding the kicks. Just don't drop the shit. And you could be a depth back. But when you got a Jonathan Brooks and a Demond Claiborne that you can rotate in and out that backfield, there not be much of a drop off. Because Jonathan Brooks, and that's a whole nother conversation on its own right there. But Jonathan Brooks is a hell of a talent. You know what I'm saying? If he come back at least 85% of what he was, he's a heck of a talent. When he came in, I thought if he came in healthy, I thought he had potential to be a top 5 back in the league. But this guy, Demond Claiborne, you plug him into this situation right here, behind this O-line, with this quarterback who will get him the rock. And y'all talk about a playmaker. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. This is the guy that Bryce Young needs. This is the guy that's gonna elevate Bryce Young's game. And Bryce Young is gonna elevate his game as a pass catcher. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. I wanted to get into some film on him, but that's a whole nother show. We'll do a whole nother show on that. Get into some film on him, man. Because I'm a speak this one into existence. This is the one I want. I haven't really looked into many defensive players. I've been looking at all offensive players, to be honest. But you know what I'm saying? After going through the process, I feel like this is the right piece right here, man. Because we gotta elevate this quarterback. We gotta do whatever it takes for him to reach his full potential. I don't want him to get in here. I don't want us to sign him long term on some half ass shit, on some hope shit. No, I wanna see it in full effect. You know what I'm saying? I wanna get a taste of what it's gonna be before he put pen to that paper. Like what we've seen so far, you know, it's cool, but I want to see it reach a higher level. And I feel like Demond Claiborne, ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy right here, man. But that's all I got on it tonight, man. Y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Appreciate you for pulling up. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't on the way out. Hit that subscribe if you haven't. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. We out.
Top so much better than the bottom. You know, blue flying too short. I can't lie, dog. This shit feel good. We don't be on that shit we used to be on. Moved on, we on. I'm talking so far gone tonight. Way too gone tonight. Where to the upper echelon? Ain't about to rob nobody, or shoot up no party. nobody but young nigga each his own. Doggy fetch your bone. Yeah. No bullshit, young niggas got old money. New guns don't jam and fresh blood smell funny. I done Cali on edibles, nigga, my weed gummy. Seen my partner with $1 million in cash, but I ain't seen nothing. We up a couple plays, got my whole team stunting. We got the ball like your team punting. Too much weight on one side, got the beam jumping. I was moving mothballs and read up onions. When they was in them trap houses, I was short stopping. My brother murder case trial had the whole floor rocking. I met my plug in the pen and we still locked in. Me still in a rob and that's like my fourth option. Rather be in that kitchen and get that pork popping. Champagne tops popping and the roof dropping. Street walkers on zombie missions. My pimp intentions allow me to sell her a dream of a paid tuition. I'm out with the kingpins, but I made it different. Only rap what I seen and get y'all ass the vision. We don't be on that shit we used to be on. Moved on, we on. I'm talking so far gone tonight, way too gone tonight. Where to the upper echelon? Ain't about to rob nobody, or shoot up no parties, about to kill nobody, but young nigga each his own. Doggy fetch your bone. Automatic weapons by Smith & Wesson, I'm well protected. Duffel bag full of white faces that's beheaded. No doubt as to where I'm headed, I'm well connected. And one deal, my whole city, dope infested. Me and Tweezy and Lubbock, but we can't ball in public. With much success, our friends' hearts have turned corrupted. I stay close to the statement that money say we trust in. My social etiquette gentleman, no room for cussing. When you sitting at the table in the blood's discussion, we search for benefit, not consequence and repercussions. Cause the man will shed some light on this direction, he move us in. Put away the F-ins, let's talk invest in 10s, 30s on life exchange. Keep your money protected. You can have what you netted, you can have what you gross. Fire your own tax injection, you ain't gotta do those. Hard work is my definition of doing the most. We don't be on that shit we used to be on. Moved on, we on. I'm talking so far gone tonight, way too gone tonight. Where to the upper echelon? Ain't about to rob nobody, or shoot up no parties, about to kill nobody, but young nigga each his own. Doggy fetch your bone. Straight up blue fly. Tryna hit big in this rap game shit. Something like tryna hit 10 on your point in a crap game. Yeah. And nigga, every bullet got a name, I don't shoot for fame. But this my shot. Straight up. Feel way better looking down to the bottom. Being at the bottom, looking at the top. Nigga. Can't take my spot. Work hard for that. Everything I lost, nigga, I came back for that. Been there, done that, nigga, moved on. We on. All my niggas on. We on, yeah. Got you, Q. Blue flame.